Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your Messages from Heaven Timeless Tarot reading. This is a bit of a different tarot reading than I typically do. I've been thinking about it for a few months, and I finally feel like I'm ready to bring you this tarot reading. And this type of reading is the true definition of timeless, because time only exists on the earth plane. And so when you view this, or when your loved one passed on, is really irrelevant, because we're going to do 4 different channels of energy, which means that, you know, multiple consciousnesses can come through these different channels, but, you know, their vibe will be all quite similar. All right, so all the decks I'm using are listed in the description box below as always. So Taurus, let's get right into your reading and see what personalities are coming through, which loved ones want to speak to you. I have to say, Aries, I got quite emotional in Aries on one of those energies. Ooh. Okay, so the first card that is coming out for you is the King of Cups. Now, typically this represents a more matured energy, but due to the nature of this reading, to me, a king is representing somebody who is an adult, 20 years or older, okay? Now, because this is water, this could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. It is a king, so this is definitely more of a masculine energy, probably a man. A female with more masculine traits could come through, but this is definitely more of a male energy, and this is somebody who, you know, was very wise. They would give you great advice about like spiritual matters, or if you were confused about like some emotions or things of that nature, like more of the unseen, you would get good advice for like practical, you know, advice from the King or Queen of Pentacles. But this king, he's helping you out with, you know, the more elusive things about life. Also, this is not somebody who, you know, is going to be all up in your business. This is somebody who, if they say something to you, like there's meaning behind it. You know, they're never going to say anything unless it needs to be said, just because of who they are. They could be, you know, real emotional, moody, withdrawn at times, maybe oversensitive. Definitely could have some psychic ability associated with this energy as well. All right, look at this. We have another king. So we have the King of Pentacles here. And as I said, this is the guy that, you know, is going to give you good practical advice. But that's more of the Queen of Pentacles. This guy, he's somebody who is very well off. He's done very well for himself, okay? And he is more than happy to help others who are in need, and he doesn't judge them. Like, even though he's quite well off, he's not somebody who's going to look down on somebody who isn't. He's the kind of guy that wants to give you a hand up rather than a hand out. He wants you to prosper in life as well. He wants you to succeed. He's a wonderful provider, very sturdy, very stable, very strong. Probably doesn't express a whole lot of emotion, okay? But this is definitely somebody that you could count on through and through. So we have 2 kings here, both outer self. So with these energies, I don't feel as though there was bad blood or anything like that. They're very open energies, like the flow between you and them was very positive, okay? So now we have this Queen of Cups. So we have the King and Queen of Cups here. did I say Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn with the earth energy? Sorry if I didn't. But here we have the feminine aspect of this energy, and she's also facing forward. So, you know, again, this is a positive relationship. This is, you know, a woman who gives you the same advice as this guy, but this is more personal. Like, she can really relate to you, very empathic. And she's been through a lot in her life, so she knows what it's like to hurt, and she knows how to move through that energy and transition it so that it turns into something else, okay? She's loving, she's nurturing, she knows how to turn energy, you know, negative energy into unconditional love. She definitely could have psychic ability as well, but this is, you know, I don't know, it could be a mom or a grandma, but with this, you know, I really feel this is like sister, friend, cousin type of energy, because, you know, these energies could really represent anybody in your life, but she's feeling really strong as like a sister. I feel sister really strong. Don't want to close the door for anybody else, but a sister energy, very strong coming through there. All right, look at this. We have more cups. So, Taurus, your reading is dominated by water energy. So, again, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, but doesn't have to be that that was their sun sign. These could have just been their really strong personality traits. So this here, this is a knight. So this is somebody who, to me, is younger, probably like 19 to maybe 30. Okay, this is a younger energy. This could be male or female. And this particular direction, it's not facing forward, it's facing away. So there could have been a little bit of turmoil, you know, when this person transitioned into the non-physical. But with this card, this person was just like always on the hunt, especially in regards to romance. You know, this particular knight is admiring the constellation of Orion, and Orion's the great hunter, and that's what leads him, like, where's my next adventure? Where's the water? You know, which way's the tide turning now? So this is somebody who is kind of, you know, all over the place, maybe madly in love one minute, and then the next minute they move on to the next thing. And it could have been exclusively how they were in romance situations, or this could have just been their characteristics overall about life, just like jumping from one thing to the next, always on the hunt, always wanting to conquer. Okay, definitely the conqueror, this card right here. And again, younger energy, 19 to 30. So let's pull some cards to see what messages come out for you guys. The most important thing they want to tell you. And we can, we'll develop more of who they are specifically as we do the reading. Okay. The school, the earth is our school. I feel like he's saying this to you in humor almost. This is for our King of Cups. Just like, let me be my wise, sage self from the non-physical. The earth is our school, he says. Okay, so with this, he's saying don't take life so seriously. Don't be so serious as I was. Because this is really just the schoolhouse, and it's not as significant as we think it is. And you know, this is where the soul learns. And I just feel like he's preaching to you, kind of like, the earth is our school, and this is what you need to do. Don't be so serious, have fun with it, but learn your lessons and learn them well. All right, our King of Pentacles says, remember me by the happy memories we created. Many of you, just because it was depicted on here, this was your father or your spouse, 100% for sure with this card. And, you know, he's saying, remember the happy times, remember all the good things, because when you're vibrating in that space, it allows me to be so close to you, you know, because when we transition back into the non-physical, our frequency, our vibration is much higher than when we are physically focused. So he's saying the more that you vibrate in this space, the closer he can be with you and the more you will feel him. And our Queen of Cups is saying, I am just a thought away. So she is still very much with you. I feel like she's giving you some guidance from the other side, some insights. She just seems like, you know, like your sister or your best friend, like that type of energy. Just, you know, let me go stalk out this person's social media for you and I'll get you all the dirt. Just like silliness, fun, girly type of energy. I'm just a thought away, you know. So every time you think of her, you summons her energy towards you, and she's more than happy to connect her consciousness to yours. Oh, look at our little Knight of Cups. Oh, I'm sorry. Please forgive me, he says. So I think this is pretty fitting, considering the way I described that energy. And he or she, it could be male or female, says, I am very sorry for the choices I made, the things I said, the ways I acted, the hurt that I put in your heart. Some of you, I feel, they may have overdosed. Some of you that are relating to this stream of consciousness over here, they may have overdosed. Like they could have just been a big partier. Okay, but no matter what, they are sorry, and they see how much you hurt. Like some of you are angry with this Knight. You are angry with them still, and they are very aware, and they really do want your forgiveness. You know, I'm sorry, please forgive me. So let's pull a tarot card to get some clarity, some clarification. Okay, there we go. Yes. This King of Cups, he definitely had many responsibilities. With this could also indicate, much like this King of Coins, this was somebody, you know, who was very well off. But more than that, this is somebody who had great responsibilities in this life. This is major arcana energy. This is the Emperor, which is normally associated with Aries. So he is telling you, you know, school, the earth is our school. Like he mastered. He went from the King of Cups into this Emperor, from minor arcana into major arcana energy. So this life, for this king, there was great accomplishment in a spiritual sense. If he was not super accomplished in physical life, this is definitely in the spiritual sense. With that, the earth is our school. So he's still, even in the non-physical, just a very responsible energy. I don't know how else to explain that. Just all right. Yeah, with this here, he's telling you, listen, live your life, spend money, live lavishly, love again. You see that little rose there for those of you that, you know, this was your spouse. He wants you to love again. And with this, he's telling you, you have all the potential in the world for whatever it is, whatever you want to do next, okay? And he's telling you, act on it, do it, live your life. Don't wait around for anybody. You are what makes your destiny come true or not come true. So, you know, give it your all. He says you will go far, you will achieve much, but mostly it's like don't stop living, and allow, you know, new growth into your life. And this Queen of Cups, with this, okay, yeah, look at this, is so beautiful. See the little girl and the dog? See the Fool and see the dog? 0, shooting star. She is coming back, okay? And when I get that energy, that's telling me this, before you transition, she's back, and she's saying, you will know me by looking in the eyes of a child. You will know me, you will see me. She is coming back, and this new life that she has planned for herself will be much better than where she was in this life that she transitioned out of, okay? So she is definitely letting you know she's going to be back before you transition. Look into the eyes of the child, and also the dog. The dog has a lot to do with this, of letting you know who she is when she's reincarnating, okay? So it's the white dog. May have some brown spots, but definitely the white dog. And I will be back. Okay, and then over here with this Knight of Cups, we have the World card. So that's interesting. We have the Fool and then the World. This is letting you know that through all the experiences this Knight had, they learned, and they learned well. And despite what it looks like to you and everything that happened, they definitely, you know, completed a major cycle in their soul development and growth through this life experience. And their next incarnation, they will be of a much more mature level emotionally, with that emotional energy, and not be so hunter-like, so I've got to conquer everything, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, and, you know, having little regard for anybody else and their feelings. Like, because of this life, you know, there was a lot of soul growth, and that Knight has absolutely overcome that and completed a much larger cycle of their soul. So let's see what other messages they want to give to you guys. I swear this card has come out in every single reading. So Mr. Sirius over here is really still preaching to you from the non-physical. It's humorous to me. There is no time where I am. Time is only on earth. So, you know, he is letting you know that we definitely all have more than one life, and one life is not nearly enough to have every experience needed to fully grow a soul for whatever journey, you know, it is on, where it's trying to get to. So this is him telling you that only here is where time exists, and enjoy every minute that you have in this life as who you are, because though we reincarnate, we are only this personality one time ever in the entirety of our consciousness. So enjoy every minute of it. Love who you are. Love life. See everything as the learning experience that it is, as you too will turn into this emperor. All right, so Aw. Our King of Coins says, tears cleanse the soul. And he wants you to know that when you are really missing him and you are crying, he is right there with you, comforting you. And, you know, also in this, he says, cry it all out and then vibrate here so that I can be so close to you and that you can feel me and smell me and detect my energy all around you, embracing you. You know, when you are crying, you definitely probably feel that energy of his love trying to reach you, trying to ease you. I have become one of your guides. What did I tell you? She's still like, you know, giving you information. So while she is still on the other side, she's guiding you. And I really feel like some of you, this, like, she's guiding you to romance. Because this to me isn't like I'm officially your guide for the remainder of your incarnation. It's like she's saying, I'm guiding you to this specific thing in your life. Like, I'm the way shower for you for this one thing. And many of you, I feel like it has something to do with romance for some reason. And then once she completes this, that's when we come back. And I almost wonder for some of you if this isn't like I'm leading you to your next romantic partner. And then when you guys procreate, boom, here I am back in your arms as your little baby. Okay, and our Knight of Cups says, I watch over you every day. So that Knight of Cups is still very much a part of you and your energy and, you know, being around you. And with this, I watch over you every day. If you see that, you know, a heart in the clouds, pay attention to the signs of nature, because I feel like, you know, definitely sending you messages in that avenue. Really, again, like I want you to know that I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. Understand that I have learned. I know what I did wrong now, but that was part of my journey. And we agreed before we ever came that you would teach me these lessons. And I'm sorry that you're hurting so bad. But I've learned and I've grown and I've transitioned and, you know, I'm accomplished, and that has a lot to do with you. So please forgive me and know that I watch over you every day and protect you and keep you safe and try to send you so many signs that I'm there with you. Okay, so we're going to pull a few more cards to see what advice they want to give you or anything extra that they would like to add. And I'm going to grab a second card to go with this one. So that's why they're going to be face down for just 1 second. Look at, I love you. That caught my eye as I was flipping the deck about to cut. And I feel like this is everybody saying, I love you. These are very important words, and maybe they weren't said to you enough or ever at all, and they're being said to you now. I really feel strongly with this over here. I love you. Please forgive me. Or the, is it the Hopo Ono? See, I never can pronounce it correctly, so I call it the healing mantra. But I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. That is so his message, and I highly recommend you look up that mantra and listen to it if you need to cleanse yourself or have any healing. It's so powerful. Okay, so Mr. Sirius over here. Oh yeah, this, many of you, this is a father or grandfather of sorts, because we have the ancestors card, and then We have honesty is essential. To be a loving person is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. Oh my gosh, he can preach, can he not? I really feel like many of you, this is a father energy. It could be a spouse, a brother, but it feels really fatherly the more that we go through this reading. And, you know, with this coming out, I feel he says we have incarnated many, many times, and we will continue for many more lifetimes to reincarnate as a family unit together. Okay, but with honesty is essential. This to me is him saying if you are being dishonest about anything in your life, whether to yourself or to others, he's calling you out on it and saying, no, that's not the way to go. Honesty is essential. Like, you've got to be real, you know, to win it. So he preaches, man. And it's like, just because I'm not physically here, don't think I don't see you. Okay, because see how this is kind of like a picture faded in the background, and then here we have this girl that's definitely more 3D. It's like, this is you, and here he is. He's like, you can hide nothing from me. I see it all. Hello, I got a front row view now. And he's just saying, you know, always be honest. And anybody who you know is not being honest to you, get them out of your life. Don't even tolerate that for a minute, okay? Don't even deal with that. He's like, honesty is the best policy, always, always, always. Whether it's you that needs to be more honest, or you know there's people in your life that are being dishonest. He's saying, don't overlook that energy. So our King of Coins, it says, surrender and be willing to express love. When we express love, we begin to receive more love. So with that I love you card, that could definitely be coming through for this king as well. And, you know, because of what we see here. And, you know, if he did not say that he loved you enough, or showed it in a physical sense, like hugging, kisses, you know, touch, that type of affection, you know, he realizes that. And again, don't be like me. Surrender the past. Let the new happen. Express your love. Open your heart. Same like with this. Don't close yourself off. Okay? The more that you love, regardless of the hurt inside of you, the more you allow that love energy to come in and heal you. But the more you cut yourself off from that, the longer it takes to heal. It really prolongs it, you know. And I just kind of feel like this is the King of Coins energy right here. And here he is holding you in his hands, okay? And, you know, telling you, just let the past go, you know, surrender it all and let the love in, like go back to love, return to love, vibrate in, you know, that frequency. Also in that, again, when you're in that frequency, that's when our loved ones can be the closest to us. So our Queen of Cups says abundance and listen with your heart. You are listening to what is being said to you, but you need to listen with a loving heart. And what did I say about like this sister energy, best friend energy? Like, look at this. Like, she is like super femme. I just want to point out, this is card 1, another confirmation. I'll be back. But yeah, she's giving you advice, okay? And she's saying you really need to listen to with your heart more. Abundantly listen to with your heart more, the way that I would have, okay? And I love that she's holding a seashell up to her ear, because this is the Queen of Cups. And look at all the seashells on the back of her chair there. So very synchronistic to me that, you know, this is her saying, yeah, it's me. Look at all these fishes and the trident back there. Oh my God, so synchronistic. Yeah, her energy is so all around you. And look at, we have Cupid up there. She's trying to lead you. She's trying to speak in your ear. You know, hear her. I don't feel like you're not hearing what other people are saying. I feel like this is her saying, I'm trying to tell you, because the seashell that this girl is holding up to her ear. And, you know, here's Cupid, all these butterflies. She's really like trying to lead you towards something. Many of you, this is romance. Many of you, it's romance. But nonetheless, she says, listen with your heart space. Always, always, always. And that way you will always hear what somebody is truly expressing to you, regardless of the words that are coming out of their mouth. And open up to her and hear her. She is so leading you. See, like, even the he's directing that in a very specific location. So way synchronistic for this Queen of Cups. She's just a lot of fun. And for our Knight of Cups, we have Sanctuary and spend some quality time together. It's imperative that we spend quality time with those we are in a significant relationship with, listening and talking to each other. So with this, I feel like this Knight really wished that this is what was created for the two of you, that they would have been more on board for this, okay? Because again, that Knight is on the hunt, is trying to conquer the world. And this is a very different energy. It's very serene, it's, you know, calm, it's very connected, it's romantic, it's, you know, let's spend time together, let's connect, let's bond, let's feel love with each other. And this is truly what was in his heart or her heart for you, even if this is not the energy that, you know, they presented to you. Even if this was just like a friend or your child or, you know, a cousin, it's just like somehow, some way, this person really hurt you and, you know, didn't give you the time that you deserved from them. And they wished that they had, you know, indulged in the sanctuary of your energy, because you were definitely something special to them. And the place in which, you know, you brought them to when they were with you, nobody else could do that. And you were their sanctuary. So they're sorry that they didn't give you the time that you gave them, that you deserved to have, okay? So lastly, let's pull some advice for those of you who are still really struggling with the passing of your loved ones. What's their advice to you to help you heal? All right, so our King of Cups says joy. Find joy in everything, in the smallest things of life, and you will always be happy. Okay. Also with this, I feel there's much joy ahead of you. Like, he wants you to know that there's much happiness and joy ahead of you. And, you know, don't ever sacrifice your happiness for anything, he says, okay? Very important. Like, I feel he did that. Like, I had very serious, and he's like, don't sacrifice your happiness for anything, because that's what steals your joy. And your joy is part of your life force energy, okay? And our King of Coins says, healing grief. So with this coming out, there's still, you know, a lot of heartache and pain inside of you. And, you know, he is with you, comforting you, sending you, you know, messages. We have the Eagle here. But this is still very raw for you. And so I hope that, you know, the messages that have come out here, you take to heart, because he keeps saying, like, you know, live your life. Don't stop living. Don't stop moving. Don't stop loving. Don't stop believing. Life is magic, whether I'm physically focused next to you or I'm non-physical and I am guiding you from that vantage point. He's saying, don't stop living your life. I'm with you. Let's heal your heart. Let's heal this grief, because there's so much life left for you to live, okay? And wow, so yep, practical intuition. She is saying, yes, right now I am leading you. You really need to open up to me. But also, I'm coming back to you through a new incarnation, and you're going to teach me all the things that I taught you. Okay, so this is a really powerful card. You and this Queen of Cups are so psychically connected. Oh my goodness gracious. Like, lifetime after lifetime, man. So she's coming back to you, and you're going to teach her all the things that she taught you, okay? Well, you're going to teach her, which is triggering her inner knowing to remind her for her new incarnation. And King of Cups is saying to you, learn to create boundaries, meaning do not let anybody take advantage of you or harm you, especially the way that that Knight of Cups may have. You know, he says stand your ground, and you know, if somebody loves you and you love them, don't let them take advantage of you just because of that. You need to have boundaries that are healthy and strong for your own well-being, okay? But also with this, he's saying don't completely cut yourself off and segregate yourself from everyone and everything because of what happened between you and me. Create healthy boundaries and you'll never go wrong, okay? So don't let people take advantage of you, but also don't completely disconnect yourself off from everybody. Allow yourself to feel, okay? So Taurus, those are the messages that I received for you. I hope that this has brought you some healing and some guidance. And I want to thank all your loved ones for coming through and making this reading possible. And now I close this session with them. And Taurus, I close this session with you. I am sending you lots of love and light and healing. Take really good care of yourself.